So after 3 weeks, you guys do the S21. What do you guys learn?
Oh, well, in the last couple of days, I learned something really, really important, which is not to rush things. There's a difference between being studious and hardworking and rushing things. So, what I've learned these couple of days is one should take his time to gain awareness. Awareness doesn't come by uh, by getting preoccupied too much with analyzing this squat, analyzing this position. Instead, I should listen more to my body and what it says instead of looking at things visually.
So
What is required is simple. It sounds simple to be aware of the body, but simple isn't always easy.
So what do you get out from this?
I get out from this that I'm discovering my body again because from the practices that I did before, my body was disconnected. I wasn't aware of it. I wasn't aware of what it's capable of, and the flaws in my movements. For example, the simple squat. I thought first that I was able to do it correctly, but time after time, and also thanks to feedback, I was able to pinpoint on really important stuff that could hurt me in the long term. So the S21, other also then it makes you aware of your body. It will correct certain patterns, certain wrong patterns that you gain through wrong practice or your daily life. The unnatural patterns that you gain, because as you said, we are born as babies first. We are natural. No one teaches us to be aware of our body, but we lose this capability as we age due to stress, due to wrong practices. The S21 is an amazing tool to rediscover what is natural.
So for the 3 weeks, what in your life changed? You know, in terms of starting Wing Chun, what does it change?
I'm giving more time to myself to first discover my physical body. I didn't have this opportunity before because my practices used to first focus on the mind. So the mind was too much preoccupied. With S21, I'm learning to let go of all these uh, distracting thoughts and just listen to myself.
So it is a different type of paradigm compared with
very,
the.
very different. In my 1960s Wing Chun, what I used to do, for example, in the Tao, was to always revert back to my mind in order to scan what's happening and focus on a single point, because I was told that it is nearly impossible to gain full awareness of your body. Whereas in the S21, no, it's you are learning the proper way to gain awareness, which is not the mind power, and it is possible to gain awareness of your full body. That's the main goal. It's not something impossible. It was made impossible in the 1960s Wing Chun because of the wrong approach, which is mind power. Focus with your mind.
Yeah, this mind power stuff is a problem because whoever think that way will trap themselves inside their own mind, and the mind really doesn't know much about the body and other things. So you end up that you are just controlling thing based on some ideas or somebody's ideas, and you don't see the reality anymore. So that is the issue there, where You can train like S21 for a few weeks, and you can see, you can sense your body is a completely different world. Am I right?
Yeah, yeah, it's a different approach. It's not that like in my previous practice, the mind is a puppet master and the body is a puppet. This is how I was taught. Whereas now it's different. It's
So
about gaining awareness, not
see,
controlling.
approach and all this philosophy, it doesn't matter. What matter is, so for past 3 weeks after you do the S21, what is the result? The result is the important thing. What result do you get?
The result that I got, I was able to correct myself, to correct my body and how it works by gaining awareness of it. Because without awareness, you will be doing things robotically without able to listen to your body and see what is good and what is comfortable for you.
So that's why
That's the result.
that's why 3 weeks ago when I released the S21, I told everybody that we are doing something which is the usual way won't do it for past 160 years. This is what it is. Because for past 460 years, people keeping thinking using their mind.
Yeah.
And so you miss the entire thing, because what you do is you try to control the natural based on your own ideas. And the thing is the natural do not follow your ideas, because your idea is just your ideas. Natural is natural stuff.
Yeah.
So the natural is not going to listen to you.
No. And what's not natural is to copy others, for example, the foot positions. It depends on each one. You have to know what's comfortable for you, not to copy others. That's one tiny example. This is not natural to do so.
So
I didn't know that. I didn't know that before, because I was thought like, oh, you have to be in this angle, this very specific angle. So everyone should copy this specific angle. Whereas in reality, it is not natural because we're all different.
So this is an issue, because in the Chinese teaching, in the Buddhism teaching, it always comes with three things. One is the function. The second is the effect. The third one is the phenomenon. Like we all human, we all have the same function, but based on different people, we do different things. And because there are different things there, we have a different type of result. So that is an issue, that if we don't know that, we override things with philosophy or ideas. It is trying to clone people. So if you look back, since you learned different 1960 versions of Xu Lim Tao, you see they are trying to clone people based on a certain person.
Yeah.
Okay, or certain lineage. So a certain person say, we want to do it this way, so everybody doing this way. Am I right? So this person, exactly. This person Xu Lim Tao, that person, that's why you all the Xu Lim Tao. Now, that do not have the functional training, that do not get any insight into the human, because under those kind of system, it's like you just follow a certain leader. Whatever the leader said, you follow it. Now the issue is that is trying to using mind to control the entire world. We cannot control the sun, the moon, the wind, the rain, and our aging. And actually, we couldn't even control our own body.
True.
Why? As I always tell people, I was born this with this diabetic type 1 body and different things and issue, and here, can I control it? Or I just have to take it and work with it?
Exactly.
So if somebody tell me that you have to do this way, well, that's his way. It do not applicable to my body.
Yeah.
So now the S21 is the ancient Chinese way. You have to take considerations of your body. If, like yesterday, you watched my video yesterday about
Yeah.
I present the physical, the breathing, and the momentum.
Yeah, the proper way to develop Kung Fu.
Yeah. So it's that video is the proper way to develop Kung Fu and ancient Wing Chun. If under the combustion system, the engine, if we cannot do it, then we don't want to do it. That's why I explained that.
Sure.
When you are aging, or you have a heart problem, or you have a kidney problem, or you have a high blood pressure problem, in the ancient Chinese is you must not touching those hard qi gong stuff once you get that.
Not everyone is a warrior.
Everyone can be warrior, but warrior different way. The issue is this: there's always two parts. Up to get the understand one's body, that's all natural. When you get to the fighting part, the training of the hard qi gong part, those are forceful training. Not everybody can do that, and not everybody is supposed to do that. So if somebody say somebody have a heart issue or something, then he must not touch that competitive part or athlete's part. Athletes meaning that you have to compete with somebody, because whatever loading your internal organ is going to drain you. And if you over drain yourself, that means you're going to cause problem to your internal organs, and that means your health and your life. Even today's sports science, see, today's sports science on this training is based on an assumptions of healthy people, which is a small printed letter that you must not follow this if you are not healthy. So all those watches for the running, for testing the lactate threshold, whatever, a lot of this running test and anything is not a test for those who cannot do it. So don't think that if it's because of sports science, then you can do it. What sports science have tell you under that there's certain thing, check with your doctor. They always say check with your doctor before you do that. This is not kidding. So the ancient Chinese know that, and say that once you get into this training part, it is a draining or loading part. So if you cannot do it, you don't want to do it. That's why a lot of people, like today, all those Tai Chi thing, slow and everything, those are not martial arts. Those are just exercise. Those are not even recovery. The Chinese is very particular. Martial art is the one which is for the fighting. The hard qi gong, the taking impact, those things. Now, if you cannot train that far, the Sifu will say, don't touch it. I'll teach you only for strengthen your body's Kung Fu, not the fighting Kung Fu. Because you must not touch that. Your body cannot touch it. Okay? So it is not true that anybody practice Kung Fu can be a fighter. It is not true. Okay.
This is reality. Yeah.
Because the body is the most important thing.
Sure. Sure.
So when you teach students, so that's why if you watch the proper way of develop Kung Fu, you always, I told everybody, you always have to go back to the recovery if you cannot do it. As in the video, I show that the reason why I wrote the Wing Chun Inception is because that is the missing part of in the West. So don't go doing those fudging stuff, those internal, those are not internal. Most of them are just exercise. Why? This type of stuff, your mind power, your fudging or whatever, no matter what you do, you still cannot fight with the MMA people.
Oh, no.
Okay, because it is a different level of training. And also, how is this fudging, internal mind power, all this stuff is going to help you recovery? It can. It doesn't know how to do it. So today's Chinese Kung Fu mostly is just the exercise part. But the ancient make it really clear.
It's a holistic system.
So that's why I share in that video. So we need to know what are we get into. And when people say, well, if you practice Yulin Tao this way, you can have internal power, it's nonsense. For me, I ask the question, number one, do you have the capability like the MMA fighter, have a high VO2 max?
Yeah,
the second thing is, do you have the capability like the real meditator or the yogic be able to put their body into rest and recover? If you don't have both, what internal you have?
Yeah, just exercise, like you said.
And you can do some tricks, or Bruce Lee inch punch or fudging. Those are just tricks.
Everyone can do this without martial arts training, so they're very easy to do.
Yeah, so the issue is that people have never seen that the MMA part is exactly the fighting part, the hard Qi Gong part, if you want to use the words hard Qi Gong. The recovery part is like if we are in certain thing, we live in the hospital, and then after medications, then we put our body in the rest so that hopefully that the body can recover. Now you don't have that training, so what internal? What internal? So to make even clearer, those who have internal be able to do the fighting will be able to handle their intra-abdominal pressure and their breathing really hard, their cardiorespiratory endurance. That's called internal. Now, those who can recovery will not be able to handle the intra-abdominal pressure because those are not their training, but they be able to loose up their entire body, internal organs and breathing and so forth, so that they put themselves into a state of rest, deep rest. Now, if you don't have those two skill, what internal?
Exactly.
Okay, so this has to be clear. Otherwise, we are lying to people. We are cheating to people.
Movie marketing, that's it.
Yeah, so even me, I know all this thing. I still suffer. My body, and there's a lot of things I cannot do in the like running, how like very fast and everything, because my body is not built to do those things.
Yeah.
So now you can see the reality. And then there's another part of the fighting, which is in that video, playing with the momentum. Okay. Yeah. So S21 is to let people have a taste of this. So you know what you are doing, and then you're going to just do what you are good for you. Don't do whatever is not good for you.
Oh, no. No, it was hard for me these 3 weeks really because of training for so long in a different paradigm. So, but it feels good. It feels good to do so. To go back to listening to my body and see what's
See,
comfortable, what's good for me.
S21 is hard work, but the S21 do not drain you, do not require you to use a lot of effort, do not ask you to do anything unnatural. Am I right?
Yeah.
It is hard because you need to change the paradigm.
Exactly.
Okay. So Raymond, what do you find for this thing for S21?
In the beginning, you are always learning the way, how you have to do it. Watch the videos and when you do it after a week, you know the techniques of the moves, and then you every time there's something new, then oh, this is also important, and this is also. And what for me is the awareness that you it get more awareness in your how you move and your movements and how it feels, and everything is a lot. And it's for me, if I think about maybe 10 years, I did the 1960 Chilim Tao, and it were only techniques and not, there was nothing in it. I didn't like to do it because if you do it 100 times, then it's okay, then you know it. But this is know yourself, and that's a lot different. And there's a lot more, because you have to learn a lot more. But for now, is mostly the awareness of your body, how you move and your joints, and everything connects to each other. That's the main thing for me now.
So what is the result you get?
I get very relaxed of it. I get, if I do it, I'm very calm and quiet. I feel good if I do it. I'm almost 24 hours busy with it in my mind also, and with my other work also. But every time I think, oh, I have to practice that, and then you tell something in the video, and then I think, oh, okay, that's also. And every time there's something new. So it is a great journey for me now.
Yeah, it is a journey. A set is just a tools. It is our own journey. You cannot be me, and I don't want you to be me. S21 is just a tool, like the Xiulim Tao, the 1850. Xiulim Tao 1850 have even more content. But S21, if I don't make the S21, nobody will know what the heck happened with the 1850. You see, even just a snapshot, like a light versions of the 1850 part 1, which is the S21, you see so many things there. And if you really spend a year on this, you'll be really professional because you know things inside out. It's not like, oh, Hendrik make a set. Oh, yeah, we have this Hendrik set. Hendrik set is the 1850 sets. It's nothing to do with that. It's to do with you. So when you put a hand out right away, you know what happened. And often you screw up. And so when you screw up, because human is human is one machine. Because you know you screw up, you'll be able to change, to correct it adaptively. So to be to be proficient in a set like S21 or 1850s Sulim Tao. It's not about you become perfect every day. That is dancing. The S21 is when you do something, you feel this is not proper, right away you'll be able to change and you know it. So that capability of being able to detect yourself and making change faster and faster, faster and faster, faster and faster. That is your Kung Fu. Nobody can take that from you. So say you want to do Qi Sao. Let me ask a question which is the right, not to shoot at anybody. If you don't even know your body, don't aware your body, how can you know your opponent? So what is your Qi Sao for? Qi Sao is listen to your opponent. You blindfold yourself, you do Qi Sao. That's to sense your opponent. If you don't know yourself, how are you going to sense your opponent?
Yeah.
Right? So that is the problem. So the issue is that if you don't have this basic part, and when you get to the breathing part, again, even me, sometimes I brute force thing, like I'm running to get my VO2 max and so forth for a long term, and then I brute force the thing, and then I see the thing and I say, shoot, my heart rate, how come it become like that? So I go home, right away I take the N1, and of course I have many other techniques to recover this body. So sometimes I just feel it. How should you guys do it if you don't know this? It's going to be really damaging if you don't have N1. Okay? I'm not kidding. Because for me, is that I know this, even I know this, I still have to suffer. And now if you guys don't know it, you get stuck in the exercise, you try to very hard to work on the training, the hard qigong, whatever fighting, impose momentum. Now you overload it. When you overload it, you go back here, your body might be having a run thing irregularly. So how are you going to get back? Long term of that is going to cause you problem. Well, yeah, today's technology can say, oh, you can do this, but this is just for the healthy people. For us, who knows what is our state? The issue is that this is just a tool, but do I have the practice to go back to the recovery? So you're missing recovery here. The past 130 years, you're missing recovery. So for me, I say, well, in Wing Chun, we might not even have to compete in fighting, but compete in the recovery because we have technology for recovery. You look at other martial arts, they might not have those type of technology. So recovery is a big part. And then in this day, you can learn from different people. You can learn from Western boxing, from all this kind of thing. And other people can learn your technology because this is a free democratic world now. We have to have our very big, the world global view. Cannot have like living in the village. We can learn whatever good which is other people have, and other can learn our stuff too. We share, make it everything better. So right now is that if you don't have that the recovery, you don't have the training like the sports science, I really don't know what you're going to do. So that's what I'm talking in the proper training video. So that is a reality. It's not it is not ideal. It is not a fantasy land or wonderful land, but everybody can get something out of it good for themselves to help you live better. It is not one thing can solve everything. There's no such thing. So S21 is for that. So this S21 is to open up for you to all these things, so you can touch it, you can smell it, you can try it. See, it's in your body only, not even go breathing yet.
Yeah.
You and me, many times I catch myself breathing forcefully. Okay. So
Daily life.
Or I'm sick or something like that, or I don't notice it. Sometimes we just run off. Like I want to brute force thing. Humans sometimes like the brute force thing.
But you know it that it's wrong, but many people don't know and they do it.
That is the sadness. There's the sadness, which is I hope that everybody someday know this.
Yeah.
So I'm not just any grandmaster. I just can tell you that I can know a little bit more than normal people. But if you can know a little bit more, then you might be able to avoid a lot of things for you. And that is the value of the study of the Kung Fu or Wing Chun. It's about living. It's not daily living. Live a good life, a better life.
Yeah.
So that's why, you know, after the Wing Chun Matrix, I wrote the Wing Chun Inception. Wing Chun Matrix is like a snapshot of the fighting, what is needed there. Inception is you get into this body is important.
Yeah.
Because when we are, say, after 30, 35, we all have kids, we all have family to take care of. Right?
Yeah.
So and if you are a professional fighter, you have the body, go ahead. But still, if you know the recovery, you're better off because you know how to recover better. For us who is not like we grew up from the high school, we know that at the end that we are not from a billionaire family. So we need to go back to work, start from the beginning. Right? Yeah. There's us human. There's us human. So I hope that you guys can see now, S21 is not about learning a thing. It's about learning ourselves.
Yes.
Only by that, there's meaning. And if you are Sifu out there, you teach your student. That means you give power to your student for them to live a better life.
Yeah.
So that is the notions I'm putting. I cannot help you guys even I want, because you see, you know, if you do the S21, there's so many things there. You know, that's why I kick people out left and right for want to learn 1850s Wing Chun, the Shulin Tao sets. They cannot learn it because if you don't have this level of understanding, you cannot learn it. It is not
becomes
learning.
A dance.
It's not learning the Chinese opera dance.
Yeah.
Right? And
Exactly.
the result is you improve your life. You improve your health. You can work with the medical doctor to live better.
Yeah.
So
health is priceless.
Yeah, because we need that. Okay, without that, so when we are young, we can brute force things. Now I'm 60 something. I just start to looking at things. Okay, there are things I cannot do it anymore. There are things I cannot. I have to. There are things which I love, which I'm not supposed to touch, because of the body and so forth, so forth. Just because we're human.
Yeah.
And if I don't tell you guys this, then I'm lying to you. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't want to be the best champion fighter and everything for normal people. For those who born as their missions to be a best fighter in Olympic, whatever, that's their mission. But for us, ordinary human being, we want to live a comfortable and really peaceful life. And so we can deal with our environment, no matter how good, how bad. And it's not fair. It's not a fair world anyway. Everybody have different type of environments. Some is more lucky, some is less lucky, right? So Kung Fu is to help us so that we can live better than who we are before. And this is not just a philosophy. You need to start with your body. And that's where the S21 come into play. If you cannot aware of it, you cannot aware of your body, you cannot aware of other things.
Yeah.
So, well, you know, so this is for you guys 3 weeks, and yeah, after a month or two, you see what changed in you. Okay. And even when you do chi sao or anything, you can notice what changed.
Yeah.
Because result is the most important thing. Talk and other thing is not important. Result. Can you get result? So, okay. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Mm.